Hello everyone, please say hi in the chat window if you are live and online for the session. Hi Jay and Pratibha. So let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to arrive. तो जैसे ही सभी आएंगे, as soon as everyone joins in, then we can start. Okay. So जो online है, those who are watching the class, say hi in the chat window. As soon as you guys are available, we can start the session. जल्दी से सभी hi लिख दीजिए chat window के अंदर, वीडियो को like कर दीजिए. नेहा, वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में देयर इज अ कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर, जस्ट कॉल ऑन दैट नंबर, यू गेट हेल्प. So let us start again. So there are 10 people who are watching this class right now. So as I said, in this session we will be discussing about two important topics. One is your regular expression to finite automata, and second is your finite automata to regular expression. Now the thing is, in the previous session we have discussed about regular expressions, and in the end of the previous session I have given you a problem. I have given you a problem like how can you convert given language. The language was number of A's should be even as well as number of B should be even. So for that language you have to create a regular expression. That was the problem that I have given in the previous video. Now we will do the solution of that problem in this video, but again there are two ways how can I give you the solution. I can tell you from that language how can you create a regular expression step by step, or the second method is I can give you finite automata for this, and I can convert that finite automata to regular expression. So basically what happens is, if you have a finite automata, अगर आपके पास एक finite automata है, so you can convert that finite automata to a regular expression, as well as if you have a regular expression, then you can convert that regular expression to finite automata. So ये दो चीज़ें हैं हमारे पास. Okay, so these things you can see. So let us start here. So this topic is your regular expression to finite automata as well as finite automata to regular expression. This is something that we are going to study in this video. तो सबसे पहले हम लोग start करेंगे. We will start with this finite automata to regular expression. तो this is the first part of the video, finite automata to regular expressions. Okay. So this Neha, please do not write your contact number in the chat, because everyone can see the chat. All those people who are watching, they might see your chat. So please do not write your contact numbers in the chat window. What you can do is there's a contact number in the description of the video. You can call on that video, call that contact number. So I've also sent the contact number here in this chat window. So you can call on that number, and everyone please do not write your contact numbers in the chat, because there are a lot of people who are watching the video even after the class also. There will be thousands of students who are going to watch these videos. तो यहाँ पर YouTube पर the first class got like 1200 views, so 1200 students, right? तो अगर आप अपना contact number chat में लिखेंगे, so everyone can watch your contact number. Maybe you'll get fake calls, maybe you'll get harassment calls and everything. So public platform पर do not share your contact numbers like this publicly. Okay. So I've shared my contact number here, so you can call on that number, and ma'am will pick up the call and she'll answer your queries. ठीक है? So here we are starting with how to convert a finite automata to regular expression. अब finite automata को regular expression में कैसे convert करेंगे? This is something that we are going to do. Now there are two methods here. The first method is your state elimination method. State elimination method. And second method is your Arden's theorem. Second method is your Arden's theorem. Okay. State elimination method and Arden's theorem. So initially what we are going to do is we are going to cover this using Arden's theorem, because Arden's theorem पर मैं trust करता हूँ, I trust Arden's theorem. But state elimination method also we will be seeing, but इसको हम ज़्यादा in depth नहीं check करेंगे. State elimination method we will not check in depth. We will be looking at Arden's theorem because I trust Arden's theorem more than state elimination method. But without state elimination method, you will not be able to solve simple problems. तो दोनों चीज़ें हमें करने की ज़रूरत है. We will be covering both of them. और जो सबसे पहला मेरा फोकस है that will be your Arden's theorem, and those students who have taken the courses, do one thing. In the Google Drive I have covered the state elimination method video, so you can just go there and watch the state elimination method. I'll cover some basics here, but basics के अलावा if you want to know something extra, it is better कि आप वहाँ से state elimination method को cover करें. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Arden's theorem here. So Arden's theorem, I think you already know. It is if we have R is equal to P plus RQ, then I can write it as PQ star. This was your Arden's method, and you have already seen the Arden's method in the previous session. Sorry. So I'm going to use this Arden's method. I'm going to use this Arden's theorem to convert a finite automata to regular expressions. So if you guys are ready, so we can start. जल्दी से ready लिख दीजिए chat window के अंदर that you guys are ready, so I can take the questions and I can start. Jay, Pratibha, please write ready in the chat window. So this is your first one. This is state Q1. This is A. This is state Q2. This is state Q3. And here we have A. This is B, and this is B, this is A, and this is A. So basically I've given you a finite automata here. So this is a finite automata, and I hope that this is visible to all of you. So in this finite automata you have three states. You have a state Q1, you have a state Q2, and you have a state Q3. और यहाँ पर there are two symbols, that is summation is equal to A and B. Now the thing is, this is a finite automata. This finite automata is not representing a DFA, but rather it is representing a NFA. How can I say this is representing a NFA? मैं कैसे कह सकता हूँ कि जो finite automata NFA को represent कर रहा है? First of all, you can see in the Q1 state, for the same symbol A के लिए you have two transitions. We have this transition for symbol A as well as you have this transition for symbol A. In state Q2 also you have this transition for symbol B as well as this transition is also for symbol B. Now in Q1 state there is no transition for symbol B, and in Q3 state there is no transition for symbol B. So that is why, because of some of these things, I can say that this is representing a NFA, that is non-deterministic finite automata, but it is not representing a DFA. Now this method that I am telling you, it is applicable for any finite automata, whether it is a NFA, whether it is a DFA, whether it is a epsilon NFA. आपके पास इसमें से कोई भी finite automata हो, any one of these finite automata, still you will be able to apply this method. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to convert this finite automata in terms of some of the equations. So for example, we have a state Q1. For Q1 state, I'm going to write an equation. So what will that equation? That equation says, how can you reach to the state Q1? So state Q1 क्या है यहाँ पर? The state Q1 is a initial state. So the expression here, it will be representing how can you reach to the state Q1. So because state Q1 is the initial state, so you can reach the initial state by looking at epsilon symbol, or you can reach this Q1 state if you are present at the Q2 state and you give B as an input, then you can reach the Q1 state. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say कि आप Q1 state पर किस तरीके से पहुँचेंगे. So how can you reach to the Q1 state? If you are seeing an epsilon symbol, then you can reach the Q1 state because it is the initial state. Or if you are at a state Q2 and you're looking at a symbol B, then still you can reach to the Q1 state. As well as if you are at state Q1 and you are seeing a symbol A, still you can reach to the state Q1. So in this way I'm going to write expressions for each of these states. For example, here the second state is Q2. So how can you reach to the state Q2? If you are at state Q1 and you are looking at a symbol A, so if you are at a state Q1 and you are looking at a symbol A, then you can go to the state Q2. As well as if you are at a state Q3 and you are looking at a symbol A, still you can reach Q2. As well as if you are presently at a state Q2 or Q2 may if you give symbol B again, then you can reach Q2. So this will be an expression for the state Q2. तो ये जो expression है, this will be the expression for the state Q2. Okay. In the same way, you have to find the similar kind of expression for the state Q3. So how can you reach the state Q3? If you are looking at a symbol A in state Q2, then you can reach the state Q3. So that is Q2A. So I got three expressions here. This is the first expression, this is the second expression, and this is the third expression. Okay. I got these three expressions. Now using these three expressions, I'm going to convert this diagram. So how can I do it? See here the final state is Q3. तो यहाँ पर जो है आपके पास in this expression, this Q3 expression is going to give us a regular expression. हमें जो solution मिलेगा that will be from Q3 expression only. So how can you do it? So let us see. First of all, we will start with the state Q2. So I can start with the state Q2 from equation 2. From equation 2, what I'm doing is in the equation number 2, I'm going to replace Q3 by the definition of Q3, right? So using equation 3, what I can get is Q2 is equal to Q1A plus, instead of Q3 just fill this value. So Q2 plus Q2A dot A plus Q2B. So Q2A dot A plus Q2B. Now from this you will see that we can also change it to this way. Q2 is equal to Q1A. If you take Q2 as common, this will be double A plus B. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Now you know this Arden's method here. So Arden's method says if you have an expression which is R is equal to P plus RQ, this can be written as PQ star. So if you compare this expression, then this is representing R, this is representing P, this is representing R, and this is representing Q. So I can write it as PQ star. So this expression Q2 can be written as Q1A dot double A plus B whole star. So which is representing here this one, which is R is equal to P plus RQ, which is equal to PQ star. तो आप इसको PQ star से इस तरीके से represent कर सकते हैं. So you can use it this way. Now I know how can you write Q2 in terms of Q1. So I'm going to use this expression to insert this value in Q1. So I'm going to use this value in Q1. So this is your equation number 4. So I can say from equation number 1 and equation number 4. So equation number 1 is this. So in equation number 1, instead of Q2, instead of this Q2, I'm just going to insert this value. So after inserting this value, you will get a value which is Q1 is equal to epsilon plus, this is Q2. So Q2 is Q1A double A plus B whole star, and this B, so dot B plus, and this Q1A. So this is Q1A. Now in this expression, you can take Q1 as common from both of them. So this will become Q1 is equal to epsilon plus Q1 dot A double A plus B whole star B plus A. Correct? Now from here again you can compare it as R is equal to P plus R, and this representing is Q. So you can write it as Q1 is equal to PQ star, so which is epsilon dot AA plus B star B plus A whole star. So you can also write it this way. इतना clear है आप सभी को? Is there any doubts till now? क्या अब तक कोई doubt है किसी को? Is there any doubts? So I've got this expression. Now in this expression we only got the term which is q1, and this is the value of q1. So let us say this is the expression number 5. Now using this expression number 5 and using this expression number I can say using this expression number 4. So you can see from expression number 4 and expression number 5. So from 4 and 5, so I can replace this q1 with this value. So I can say q2 is equal to, replace q1 with this entire value, so this will become epsilon dot a plus b whole star b plus a whole star. So I've replaced this value with q1 and I'm going to write this everything as it is. So this is dot a and this is a plus b whole star. Let us suppose this is expression number 6. Now I can use this expression number 3 and this expression number 6. So I can say from expression 3 and expression 6 you can get this value. Instead of q2 just insert this value. So you will get q3 is equal to insert the value of q2. So this is epsilon dot a plus b whole star b plus a whole star dot a plus b whole star, and then here we have dot a. So this is the final value. So in this value we do not have any state, we do not have q1 as well as we also do not have q2. तो इस वैल्यू के अंदर ना तो आपके पास q1 है और ना ही आपके पास q2 है. So this entire value is representing the state q3, and because q3 is a final state, therefore this is your final regular expression. तो ये जो है आपके पास final regular expression. So this way you can convert this entire finite automata to the regular expression. Is it clear? इतना सभी के साथ clear है? Are you able to follow this? Correct. So let me repeat this entire thing again. मैं फिर से repeat करता हूँ. So what I've done here is in this finite automata we were having 3 states, q1, q2 and q3. These are 3 states. So what I've done, so for q1 state I have written an expression कैसे, how can you reach to the state q1, कैसे आप state q1 तक पहुंच सकते हैं, how can you reach, because state q1 is the initial state. For every initial state just by looking at epsilon symbol we will be presented there. Okay, तो हम लोग हमेशा जो भी initial state होगी वहां पर we are going to add this epsilon. Now so we can reach to the state q1 by looking at this epsilon symbol, plus if you are present at the state q2 and you are looking at a symbol b, then you can reach to the state q1, plus if you are present at the state q1 and you are looking at a symbol a, then still you can reach at the state q1. In the same way, how can you reach to the state q2, आप state q2 तक कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं? Then if you are present at the state q1 and you are looking at a symbol a, or if you are present at the state q3 and you are looking at a symbol a, or if you are present at the state q2 and you are looking at a symbol b, then you can reach to the state q2. In the same way, how can you reach to the state q3, आप state q3 तक कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं? So if you are present at the state q2 and you are looking at a symbol a, then you can reach to the state q3. Now after getting these 3 expressions, because we have q3 as a final state, हमारे पास जो final state है that is q3. So because we have a q3 as a final state, so our final answer we will get from q3 only. But the problem is from all of these expressions हमें जो final expression हमारे पास q3 है, from this expression we have to eliminate q2. Somehow we have to eliminate this q2 and even we have to eliminate this q1. So basically what happens is in our regular expression we should not have these states. So we will be using some these 3 expressions to eliminate this q2 from this expression q3. अब कैसे करेंगे? How can you do it? First of all, I'm going to use expression 2 and expression 3 to eliminate q3 from this expression which is q2. After eliminating q3, I'm going to get this expression. I'm going to compare it with r is equal to p plus rq, and then I can, according to the Arden's theorem, we can also write this expression this way. But still in this expression you can see we still have q1. Now I can use this expression to insert in the state in this first expression which is q1. So in the first expression insert this value of q2 and you will get this expression. Again you can compare it r is equal to p plus rq, and then the result will be pq star. So you can convert this expression in this manner. Now in this case I got q1, and in q1 we do not have any other state. We do not have q2 as well as we do not have q3. So I can use this expression to insert this expression in the expression number 4. So if you insert this expression in expression number 4, from Q2 you will be able to eliminate Q1. So after eliminating Q1, I got Q2 which is not having any Q1, Q2 and Q3. So I can use this expression to insert in the expression number 3 so that I can eliminate Q2 from there. So this is a final expression, and because this Q3 is a final state, so this expression which is representing Q3, it is representing our solution. This is your regular expression for this given finite automata. Itna clear hai? Is it clear? So if it is clear, I will take more examples here. Good. So if it is clear, let me take more examples. Good. See, I'll take 4 examples, Pratibha. So not just one more example, I'll take 4 different examples. So out of this 4, I will solve 3, and I want all of you to solve the rest 1. And these examples I'm taking directly from KLP Mishra book. So if you want to see this topic, you can also check out a PDF of KLP Mishra book. Just do a simple Google search, you'll find the PDF, and then you can also check it from there. Okay. So this is the next problem, and this next problem is supposed to be easy. The first problem was the difficult one. Other 3 problems are very easy. So this is the initial state which is Q1. It is a final state. This is a state which is Q2, and here we have this transition from A, and this is the transition from B. This is example number 5.9 from page number 149 from KLP Mishra. This is your Q3 state. So here if you look at A, and here if you look at B, you will go here, and this is your Q4 state. Here we have transition for A comma B, and if you look at A here, you will go here. If you look at B here, you will go here. So this is your entire diagram. Now in this diagram, we will get a solution from the state Q1, because Q1 is a final state here. So the Q1 state will give us a solution. So let me see how can we do it. How can you reach to the state Q1? So we should get equations for each of these states. There are 4 states, I need 4 equations. So how can you reach to the state Q1? Because state Q1 is an initial state, therefore by looking at epsilon we can reach to the state Q1. Or if you are present at the state Q2 and you are looking at a symbol B, then you can reach the state Q1. Or if you are present at the state Q3 and you are looking at a symbol A, then you can reach to the state Q1. Okay. Second, how can you reach to the state Q2? If you are present at the state Q1 and you are looking at a symbol A, then you can reach Q2. Or if you are, I think this is the only way. So there is no other way to reach to the state Q2. So you can only reach to the state Q2 from state Q1. And from state Q1, if you give symbol A to state Q1, then only you can reach to the state Q2. In the same way, how can you reach to the state Q3? So this is a very simple method. That is, in state Q1, if you are giving a symbol B, then you are going to reach to the state Q3. And how can you reach to the state Q4? So that is, if you are looking at a symbol A in Q2, or you are looking at a symbol B in Q3, or you are looking at a symbol A plus B in Q4. So this is the method. Now, because in this equation Q1 is a final state, that is why this first equation should give us a solution. Now in this first equation we have a state Q2, we have a state Q3, we have to eliminate this Q2 and Q3. So how can you eliminate? Just insert their value. So this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, this is equation number 3. So we can see from equation 1, 2 and 3, from these 3 equations, just insert the value of Q2 here, just insert the value of Q3 here. So you can see Q1 is equal to epsilon plus the value of Q2 is Q1A, and here already B was there, plus the value of Q3 is Q1B, and here already A was there. So I can also write as Q1 is equal to epsilon plus Q1, which is AB, plus BA. So again this is R is equal to P plus RQ, which is Arden's method. So you can say it is R is equal to PQ star, so that is epsilon dot AB plus BA ka whole star, which can also be written as AB plus BA whole star. This is your Q1. I hope that you understood Q1. Any doubts? So this is your solution equation, and this is your solution regular expression. So this entire diagram is just representing this regular expression. ये पूरा diagram है वो बस इसी लैंग्वेज को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. क्लियर है? डाउट है तो पूछ लीजिए इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट. So because it is clear, let me take one more example. So this is the next example from KLP Mishra book. Let me just note it down. So this is the example. Now in this example we have two states. So this is your initial state, which is Q1, which is the final state. This is the next state, which is Q2, and it is also a final state. We have two final states here, and then we have Q3, and here we have a loop which is 0, 1. Now here we have a loop which is 0. This is a loop with 1, and then we have these transitions which is for 1, and this is a transition for 0. So this is the diagram. Now we have to convert this diagram to regular expression. तो हमें इस diagram को regular expression में convert करना है. So first of all, write the equations for all of them. So first equation for Q1. So you can write Q1 as Q1A plus epsilon. So कैसे पहुँच सकते हैं? So Q1 0 because we have given 0 here as an input. So that is why it is Q1 0 plus epsilon because it is an initial state. Then how can you reach Q2? So you can reach Q2 by looking at Q1 1 plus Q2 1. This is how you can reach to the state Q2 because Q2 में पहुंचने के लिए अगर आप Q1 के अंदर 1 देंगे then you can reach Q2 और Q2 के अंदर भी 1 देंगे then only you can reach Q2. Then how can you reach to the state Q3? Q3 is a dead state. So basically अगर आप Q3 के अंदर 0 या 1 कुछ भी देख रहे हैं और if you are looking at 0 in Q2 then you can reach Q3. So this is the equation number 1, this is equation number 2, this is equation number 3. Now here you can clearly see that if in a diagram we have more than one final states, so here Q1 is a final state as well as Q2 is also a final state because there are two final states. So our solution will be from the equation which is Q1 plus Q2. So whatever the equation we are going to get for Q1 plus Q2, that will be your solution. Okay. So look at this equation Q1. So in this equation Q1 I can eliminate Q1. So we have equation Q1 is equal to Q1A plus epsilon. So this is R is equal to P, this is R and this is Q. So I can also say it this way. Q1 is equal to epsilon dot A star which is equal to A star only. Q1 जो है वो A star को represent कर रहा है. In the same way I can use the equation Q2. Now in this equation Q2 I can eliminate Q1. So Q1 I can eliminate by, this is actually 0, right? So this is 0, not A. I'm getting confused by A. So instead of Q1 you can write 0 star 1 plus this is Q2 1. So again this is R is equal to P plus RQ. So you can also write this way. Q2 is equal to PQ star. So it is 0 star 1 and again 1 star. This is your equation for Q2. So you got an equation for Q1. So Q1 के लिए equation क्या है? 0 star. And you got an equation for Q2. So your solution will be Q1 plus Q2 will be your solution. And your Q1 is 0 star plus your Q2 is 0 star 1 1 star. So this is your solution regular expression. So this entire diagram can be represented by this, which is 0 star plus 0 star 1 1 star. That's it. So this is how you can convert this diagram. Clear? Sorry. So further you can even minimize it. तो यहाँ पर आप क्या कर सकते हैं? What you can do is still from this expression you can take 0 star as common. So this will become 0 epsilon plus 1 1 star, and this epsilon plus 1 1 star, this is basically 1 star only. So it can write as 0 star as 1 star. This is the final way, and the entire diagram is representing the regular expression which is 0 star 1 star. That's it. तो ये 0 star 1 star को represent कर रहा है. Okay. So I have taken 3 examples here. Now I'm giving you the fourth example. So I'm not going to solve this fourth example. I want all of you to solve it. I'm not going to do it because it's very, very easy now to do it. I'll tell you the answer and you can try and solve it by yourselves. So you can take it as a homework. So here in this example we have 4 states. The first state is Q1, which is the final state. The second state is Q2, and the third state is Q3. And this is your initial state. Now here we have these transitions, which is 0, and here we have a transition for 1, and here we have a transition for 1. This is a transition for 0, and then here we have a transition for 1, and here we have a transition for 0. So this is representing your diagram. Now I'm not going to make a regular expression for this because I believe I've given you 3 examples, and with the help of these 3 examples you will be able to solve it by yourself. So I'm not giving you the answer and solution of this, so you can use this question for your practice, but let me write the regular expression for this. So the final regular expression that you will get for this diagram is going to be 0 plus 1, and this is 1 plus 0, and this is 1 star, and then we have 0 0 star. Okay, so this is going to be a regular expression for this diagram. So you can solve it by yourself. This is for your practice purposes. So there is 0 plus 1 dot 1 plus 0 1 whole star dot 0 0 whole star. This will be a regular expression. Now after this you have one more question. You can also solve this question, which is 4 state. This is Q1, this is Q2, this is Q3, and this is Q4. And in this case Q4 is the final state, and this is your initial state, and this is a transition for 0, then we have this transition for 1, then we have this transition for 0, and then we have this transition for 0. See, these examples I'm directly taking from the book. I'm not making up these examples. I can easily make examples for myself, but why I'm taking from the book, because you guys can, if those who are following the book, you can also see these examples from the book. So that is why I'm taking exact examples from the book. I'm not making my own examples. Making examples in TOC is very easy. आप easily कर सकते हैं. So but again I want all of you to at least have something to read. ठीक है? So for this example you can write a regular expression. Now what I want all of you is take this example. इसका आंसर मैंने आपको बताया है. Take this example, the second example, and for the second example write a regular expression and write your answers in the comment section or on the chat window later on. Right now, not right now, but after watching this video you can write your answers in the comment section, and you can compare the answers given by others in the comment section of this video. ओके, तो वहाँ से भी आप इसको लिख सकते हैं. क्लियर? इतना सभी को क्लियर है? आई बिलीव दिस मेथड इज़ वेरी इजी कि हाउ कैन यू कन्वर्ट फाइनाइट ऑटोमेटा टू रेगुलर एक्सप्रेशन. जो मेथड है बहुत ही ज़्यादा ईजी था. So now we have a next method, which is state elimination method. तो state elimination method से पहले what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how can you convert a regular expression to finite automata. सबसे पहले हम ये चेक करेंगे कि हम regular expression को finite automata में कैसे convert करते हैं, and then we will be looking at how can you do a state elimination method with FA. So my order of following was, first I told you how can you convert a FA to RE using Arden's theorem. This is something that I've done till now. Now the second topic here in today's session, here in this section, we are going to cover how can you convert RE to FA, and the third topic will be how can you do FA to RE using state elimination. Why I'm taking it third? Because after you understood RE to FA, after you understood the second part, the third part becomes very obvious. So you will say, sir, please don't do it, but again I will do it. Okay, so after understanding the second part you will be able to understand the third part very, very easily. So let me take the third part here. So again this is example, this example I'm taking from the book KLP Mishra. So this is RE to FA, regular expression to finite automata. So okay, let me take some basics, some basic examples. Pehla example, if we have a regular expression which is AB, that is A dot B, or let me take much easier, if we have RE which is equal to A and summation is equal to A comma B. So if you have only one symbol, how can you do it? You have an initial state which is A. If you get a symbol A, you go to the state B, and which is a final state. So in the regular expression, if you have one symbol A, that means it is a length 1, so just going to accept it. Second, if you have a regular expression as which is A dot B, how can you do it? Initial state is A, you can get a symbol A, you go to the state B, then you can get a symbol B, you go to the state C, which is the final state. So basically when we have concatenation, that means we are adding one more state for this. If we have RE as A plus B, that is union. So union is very simple, you can represent this way, which is A. If you get a symbol A, you go to B, or if you get a symbol B, you go to B. So that means it can also be presented this way, which is initial state A. By looking at symbol A or looking at symbol B, I'm going to the state B. Very easy. So the fourth one is if you have regular expression as A dot A plus B. So A dot A plus B. So that means it is initial state is A. If I'm looking at a symbol A, I'm going to the state B. Then I can get a A or I can get a B. I go to the state C. Then we have regular expression which is A star. So whenever you have a star, to represent a star you are going to use a loop. So star को represent करने के लिए I'm going to use some kind of a loop. So that means I can represent it this way. This is initial state A. I can represent this A, and this is your final state. Okay. If I have a regular expression as A dot B star. A dot B star. So A dot B star means it is initial state is A. Then if you get a A, you go to the state B. And on the state B, we have this B on the loop. This is A dot B star. Next, if you have a regular expression which is A dot A plus B whole star. Or instead of this, let us just do it this way. If we have A plus B whole star. First of all, let us do this. यानी कि अगर आपके पास एक से ज़्यादा symbol है and we have a star for both of them. So it is very easy. You have a state A. And on the state A, you can get a symbol A or you can get a symbol B. That's it. Your A plus B whole star. I hope this much is easy. Just write it down in your notebooks. So सबसे पहले इसके लिए just write this entire thing down in your notebooks, and then I will take more examples. Mohit, sure you will get your answer. Just follow through the lecture. आपका जो answer है वो आपको मिल जाएगा. After writing it down, just write done in the chat window. ये सभी लिखने के बाद write done so that I can take more examples. See, I don't think so. There's nothing much. There's something special to explain in this because you understood this part. You understand these regular expressions and you understand these DFAs. All I have to do is I have to give you a mapping. कि अगर ऐसा आएगा तो आपको ऐसा करना है, ऐसा आएगा तो ऐसा करना है. So this is just like a mapping. So I don't think so that you need a lot of explanation for this. But still, if you think that you need explanation, please let me know. I will try and explain this. But I don't think so. There's much explanation is required for this. So Pratibha, Jay, after you have done it, write done in the chat window. Good. Good. Now, if I have the regular expression as A dot A plus B whole star. So that means we have initial state A. I give a symbol A, I go to the state B, and I can give A as well as B. So this is going to be A dot A plus B whole star. Then if you have a regular expression as A plus B dot A plus B. For this I can make it A comma B, go to the state B, again A comma B, go to the state C, and this is the final state. Very easy, nothing special. Till this point of time, I don't think so that you have any doubts. But if you have something like A plus B dot A plus B whole star, so this can be written as initial state is A. By looking at a symbol A or B, you are going to the state B, and on the state B you can have A or B, anything like this. If we have A plus B dot a plus b whole star. Now this is special. Why this is special? It is saying all the even length strings. Even length strings. Okay. And how can you get an even length string? So because we have a star for all of it, तो हमें करना क्या है? Because we have a star, so we have to keep this everything in a loop. तो हमें सबको loop के अंदर रखना है. Okay. So you can make it this way. This is your initial state A. By looking at a symbol A or B, I'm going to the state B. By looking at a symbol A or B again, I'm going to the state A, and this is the final state. Okay. So why it is the final state? Because again epsilon is accepted here. और because ये स्टार है यहाँ पर, so I have to keep this everything in a loop. So you can also do it this way. Instead of directly coming from here to here, what you can do is you can also convert it this way, because we have a star here. So you can also write initial state is A, and on the loop you can write A plus B dot A plus B on the loop. Now you can expand the loop because we have a concatenation here, which is a dot operation. So you can expand this loop by getting this state B. तो इस तरीके से भी आप इसको कर सकते हैं. Okay. So now let us suppose we have an expression which is the strings which is starting with A, ending with B, and we have anything in the between, right? So this is a question, right? I don't know what is your answer name, which is dar ntzDXP. I don't know why people, why you guys write such a name. Write a simple name for it's easier for me to explain. So I think this is your question. So which is R is A dot A plus B whole star. That is, so A plus B whole star dot B. That is starting with A and ending with B. Very simple. You have an initial state which is A. Starting with A mila, you go to the state B. Then here you have to give this A plus B whole star. So because it is a star, because here you have a symbol star, so you are going to put this star in a loop. So whenever you get a star, you are going to put a loop. So this is A plus B, and so symbol B, you go to the state C. That is your regular expression for this. Okay. Now if you have a regular expression for starting and ending with same symbol, or make it starting and ending with different symbol, starting and ending with different symbols. Okay. So different symbol means it is A plus B whole star B plus B, A plus B whole star A. So this will be your regular expression. Now for this regular expression I have to give a finite automata. Now here we have a plus. So why it becomes interesting here? Because there are two portions here. First, either it will start with A and ending with B, or it will start with B and ending with A. So this is something that we have already done, which is starting with A and ending with B. Now we have to just add this part. So how can you do it? So you can write it this way, that this is initial state is A. So because it is starting with A and ending with B, just do this part only. So this is initial state is A, then you go to the state B, you can have any A or B, then you go to the state C, and this is your B. And then I'm going to do this part, so which is here I'm going to get a B, I go to the state D, I can have any combination of A and B, and then I can go to the state E. Okay. So anyways, this thing is very easy. So this is nothing interesting. इसमें कुछ ऐसा interesting नहीं है which will make you feel like आप इसको नहीं कर सकते. But I'll give you some difficult regular expressions. यहाँ तक तो it was very easy. ये चीज़ें तो ऐसी हैं, so you can even do it in your sleep. आप अपनी sleep में भी इसको कर सकते हैं. The thing is, if I give you some difficult regular expressions, then how can you proceed? How will you proceed in those expressions? I'll show you with the help of example. How will you proceed if you have difficult expressions? Because these were very easy. इसमें कोई भी difficulty नहीं थी. These were very easy. But if you get something big, how can you proceed to that big expressions? Let us assume that we have this expression. So let me take a, okay, so I got an example here from KLP Mishra. Let me open it up. Page number 170. I've got an example, but again I lost it. Let me find it again. Yeah. So this is the example. We have this expression which is 0 plus 1 whole star dot. We have 0 0 plus 1 1 dot 0 plus 1 whole star. Okay. So basically it is saying that in the beginning you can have any combination of 0 and 1, then in middle you can have 0, and then in the end you can have any combination of 0 and 1, or you can have 1 in the beginning, middle. So if you try to solve it, how can you do it? देखो step by step देखना. Those who find कि difficult expression को कैसे convert करना, just do it. You will understand it how I done it. So initial state is A. See, there is nothing special to explain in this, but again I'll explain you step by step. So this is just going to write it this way. Okay. Now this is your original expression. Now in this original expression, there's something to note down, is this dot. So first of all, I'm going to use this dot. And how can you do this dot? By adding extra states. So because we have two dots here, so I'm going to add two states here. So this will be your state A, and in this we have 0 plus 1 whole star, and this is your state X, which is for this dot. Then we get 0 plus 1 1, 0 0 plus 1 1, plus this is state Y, which is for this dot, and this is again 0 plus 1 whole star, and this is your state B. Okay, so I split it down. So whenever you have dot, that means I'm going to split. Now because here we have a loop, so how can you get this loop? So there are two ways. First of all, because we have 0 plus 1 whole star, so you can put this loop on A and you can put this loop on B. So directly what you can do is, you can directly say it is on A, I'm going to get this loop which is 0 plus 1, or you can say 0 comma 1, and then I can have 0 0 plus 1 1 here, and then on B I can have 0 comma 1. So you can put these loops this way, and you can again expand this one. Or the second method also, आप यहाँ से directly अगर नहीं जा सकते, so the second way also what you can do is you can use epsilon transitions. So you have to use this loop. For this loop you can use epsilon transitions. So you can introduce new state which is from A, I can go to epsilon, I can go to some state M, and on this M I have this loop 0 comma 1. Again I get an epsilon, then I can go to the state X. Now here we get 0 0 comma 1 1. So this is 0 0 1 1. Again you can expand this one, right? So we can expand it later on. So this is Y, and then from here I can go to the state N, and on this state N I have this which is 0 comma 1, and from here I can go to state B. So this is one method. Now in this method, because we have 0 0 and 1 1 here, so for that I can add states. So because ये 0 0 1 1 है, which is a string concatenation, so I can add a state which is P, and this is for 0 and 0. I can add the state Q, and this is for 1 and 1. So in this way you can also expand this entire one, and you can make a finite automata. So basically what I have done is, if you have some difficult expressions like this, right? So okay, before that let me just expand this one also. So you can use this one to expand. So you can use it this way, you can expand it this way. Set marker. So you can expand this one also, which is you have a state A, you have 0 comma 1, then you can create a state M where you are going from 0 0, you are going to state B, and here you can use a state N where you are going from 1 and 1, and here you can again have 0 comma 1. So basically you can directly expand from here to here and here to here. You can directly do it, or if you find it difficult sometimes, then you can also add epsilon transitions. You can expand from here to here, and from here again you can expand till there. Okay, so in this case you will identify कि this is very easy task. It is not such a difficult task to convert a regular expression to finite automata. ये समझ आया आप सभी को? Is it clear? इतना clear है आप सभी के साथ? So it is so easy that even I feel very lazy while teaching it. But again, अगर कुछ doubt है, if you have doubt, I can solve your doubts. If you want me to write this kind of diagram for some regular expression, you can also give your regular expressions in the chat window. Otherwise, I feel it is not such a difficult task. You can easily do it. आप इसको बहुत easily कर सकते हैं. So just see if you have any doubt. Just try and write your own regular expression. Try and write your own regular expressions in the chat window. So the reverse of this will be, how can you convert a FA to RE? Just like in this case we have converted a RE to FA, in the same way I can take a reverse of this and I can convert a finite automata to RE. Okay, but there is two special things in that case. Okay. Okay, just go through it first and then I'll tell you that. Just go through this and tell me if you have any doubts. Thank you everyone. So Mohit, your diagram is very easy here. Your diagram is so easy. You are saying it is A B star whole star, right? So in this case what you can do is you can see this entire is in a loop, so you have a star for this. Okay, so that means here if you have a state A, now on this state A you can take A B star. Itna clear hua? Because this is a star for this entire section, we have a star, so I can take AB star. Now you can expand this AB star, so you will get A, you can go to the state B, okay, and for this symbol A, okay. Now again you have to make a loop here, right? So you have to make a loop, again you have to come back to this. But how will you come back to this is that यहाँ आपके पास डॉट है, so for this dot I can add a state B, and again because here we have B star, so I have to take a loop for this B star. Now but because I have to take a loop, and here you can see that we might be having 0 base, correct? तो आपके पास ऐसा हो सकता है that you are not going to have मतलब सी यहाँ पर अगर आप लैंग्वेज को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे, so the language will be A, you can get AB, you can get A double B, you can get A triple B, and so on. This is the language that you can have. Now from this language you will see अगर आप जो A dot B star है, if you are going to put this A dot B star in a loop, now from this loop you have to expand this dot also. आपको dot को expand करना है, and then you have to expand this star. To expand this dot I can add one more state. आपने यहाँ पर एक और state को add किया. So after adding this one more state, I have to make it in such a way that I can even reach this A again. उसके बाद जो है मैं इस A को दोबारा से पहुंच सकता हूँ. Okay. So अब इसके बाद you have two options. The first option is you can make this B as a final state. आप इस B को final state दे सकते हो. और the second option is that from this because you have a B star here, so let me just say from here you can say that we have A, from A I can add one more state B, and because you have a B star, so for this B star I can add this loop. Okay, and what I can do is I can make this one also as a final state. तो यहाँ पर जो है ये एक पूरा final state है, and because what we want is we want this entire thing here, so I can do this, I can put this in a loop like epsilon. So because we want, if you just look at this part, so which is A B star, now in this part this means we are going to have this string. Now in this string we cannot have we cannot have a string like A B A B A B. ये string आपके पास नहीं हो सकती. So that means from this A, okay, let me do it. If I have A dot B star, so I can convert it as from state A I can go to the state B, and on this state B we can have B star. So but because we wanted a whole star of this, because हमें इस पूरे का star चाहिए था, so again I have to put this entire thing in a loop. तो आप इसको पूरे को loop में डालेंगे, then you can do it. And how can you put this entire thing in a loop? You can also use an epsilon transition. तो यहाँ से आप इसमें एक epsilon transition भी डाल सकते हैं. It's very easy. Okay. तो बेसिकली इट्स नॉट सच ए डिफिकल्ट टास्क. ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिक ऑफ दिस. अगर आप इसका लॉजिक समझ पा रहे हैं कि व्हाट इज द लॉजिक ऑफ रेगुलर एक्सप्रेशन, मे बी यू कैन डू इट डायरेक्टली. और सो जस्ट बिकॉज वी हैव होल स्टार ऑफ दिस, होल स्टार मींस आई कैन जस्ट पुट दिस एवरीथिंग इन अ लूप, एंड अगेन आई कैन एक्सपैंड A डॉट B स्टार. आप उसको भी एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो सच ए नॉट सच ए डिफिकल्ट टास्क, इट इज वेरी वेरी इजी. Okay, or is there any other doubt? Do you want me to solve anything else here? कोई और डाउट है तो प्लीज आस्क. Good. If you have no doubts, fine. So what you can do is, I think I've already told you how to convert a finite automata to regular expression, and I told you we have one more method, which is state elimination method for finite automata to regular expression. Now those students who are enrolled, I think you must have got some idea कि कैसे इसको करना है. It is so easy and it is such an easy task that you can easily do it. So what I prefer is just go through that pre-recorded videos that is shared with you, and in those pre-recorded videos I have shared how to can you convert FA to RE using state elimination method. तो वहाँ से जाके it is just like a 10 or 20 minutes video. So just go through that video and you will understand this entire topic. And if you have any doubt, please ask me. Okay. So now what we will be doing is, I'm going to give a break now, and after the break we will be starting our next topic, which is your push down automata. तो break के बाद हम लोग push down automata start करेंगे, and from that PDA topic is very important, because after that only you will understand the difference between a finite automata, I mean a regular language, and a context free language. Unless you do not understand PDA, you will not understand what is the limitations of finite automata. अगर आप PDA नहीं पढ़ेंगे तब तक आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि finite automata की limitations क्या है. To understand the limitations of finite automata, you have to go through the push down automata. Okay, so we will take a break now, and after the break again we will start push down automata. Is it clear? So जल्दी से सभी लाइक कर दीजिए वीडियो को, and then from after the break we will start PDA push down automatas. Or if required, for this lecture I might be taking this lecture in more details later on, but I don't think so it is required right now. We'll meet after the break, okay? So just feeling very sleepy right now, just like I'm having a headache. That is why I'm finishing the class now, just like feeling like I'm just having a headache or sleepy.